World in shock. Globe. Princess Leonor's royal wedding news leaves Europe and US speechless. The palace, silent. The world, waiting. A princess, bound by duty. But suddenly, shock. Not tradition, not politics. Love. And the headlines. Europe stunned. America speechless. Because the royal fairy tale just changed forever. Princess Leonor, the heir, the future Queen of Spain. She is no longer just the young woman raised in shadows of kings and queens. Today, she is the bride the world never thought they would see. But who is the man that captured her heart? Why now? Why this way? And what does this mean for the monarchy itself? Let's step inside the castle walls. Born in 2005, Leonor has been more than a daughter. She has been an emblem. Trained from childhood for one destiny, to rule. Every smile, rehearsed. Every gesture, symbolic. But behind those guarded eyes was a girl longing for something simple, love without crowns, titles, or expectations. And now, against every prediction, that girl has chosen. But her choice has set off whispers in Madrid, Paris, Washington, and beyond. Because this wedding is not just about a dress, a ring, and a vow. It is about tradition colliding with modernity. Royalty meeting reality. The old world, crumbling before our eyes. Imagine the scene. The cathedral bells ringing. The streets of Madrid overflowing with roses and flags. Millions glued to screens. And yet, the hush in the air is unmistakable. Why? Because the groom, he is not the man the royals wanted. Reports swirl. A commoner. A foreigner. A man of intellect, not bloodline. Some say a military officer who stood by her side during training. Others whisper of a scholar, someone who challenged her thinking, who saw not the crown but the woman. Whoever he is not royal enough. And that is precisely why Leonor chose him. This decision has left her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia, torn. Felipe, the king, bound by duty, knows the monarchy must preserve tradition. Letizia, the queen, once a journalist herself, knows the pain of being an outsider. Does she smile at her daughter's courage? Or tremble at the storm this will unleash? The Spanish monarchy has survived scandals, exile, and betrayal. But never before has its future queen rewritten the royal script so boldly. And Europe is watching, closely, because Leonor is not just Spain's princess. She is the future face of European royalty. Her alliances, her choices, her marriage, they ripple across borders. In Britain, whispers compare her to Diana. In Sweden, to Victoria. In the US, where royals are watched like celebrities, the fascination is unmatched. What will this mean for Spain's place in the modern world? For diplomacy, for tradition, for power itself? Now imagine this. The vows spoken, the kiss sealed, the cheers erupt. But in quiet corridors of the palace, courtiers exchange anxious glances. Will the people embrace this love story? Or will they turn on the monarchy, claiming it has lost its mystique? The ceremony itself is layered in symbolism. Leonor walking down the aisle not as a princess trapped by duty, but as a woman choosing her own destiny. Her tiara gleaming, her gown embroidered with the crest of her nation. Every detail meticulously crafted to bridge the gap between tradition and rebellion. But here's the twist. While millions celebrate, powerful voices plot. Political leaders asking, is this a distraction from Spain's economic struggles? Royalists murmuring, has the monarchy betrayed centuries of custom? Republicans demanding, if a queen can marry like anyone else, why keep the monarchy at all? And so, this wedding is more than love. It is a gamble. For Leonor, for her family, for the monarchy itself. But ask yourself, isn't that what makes it beautiful? Because love, real love, is always a risk. Think of the past. Edward VIII, who gave up the British throne for Wallis Simpson. Grace Kelly, who traded Hollywood freedom for the crown of Monaco. Diana, whose fairy tale turned to tragedy. And now, Leonor, who steps into history with her own dangerous choice. What happens after the wedding? Will Spain rally behind its queen-to-be, inspired by her courage? Or will cracks in the crown grow wider, as politics and tradition clash? One thing is certain. The world will remember this day, not as a ceremony of silk and jewels, but as the moment a young woman stood before her nation and said, I am more than a crown. I am more than tradition. I am human, and I choose love. And perhaps that is why the world is in shock. Because for once, royalty has reminded us what it means to be real. Stay watching, stay wondering, because the story of Princess Leonor's wedding is only just beginning.